Am I the asshole for telling my wife to stop acting out in front of my mom? My wife and I had our baby boy 5 weeks ago. Everything's going fine, no health problems or complications whatsoever. However, my wife is often exhausted, so I let my mom come over to help out with cleaning and stuff. I can barely have time to work, and also, at the same time, spend time with the baby and bond with him a little bit. Thing is, my wife acts strange whenever she sees my mom with our son. She'd make a face and talk to her in a descending tone, even raises her voice at her, causing mom to feel hurt. I asked my wife about it and she said it was because of what my mom is doing. I asked her to elaborate and she complained about mom holding the baby for long and taking forever to give him back to her. Mom argued that my wife could ask nicely instead of outright yelling, but my wife defended herself, saying that she only starts raising her voice after she's already asked a couple of times and mom won't listen. They started arguing and mom started crying. That's when I felt enraged, pulled my wife aside and told her to stop acting out and that if she keeps this up then we won't get any more help from mom. She argued that she was trying to feed our son and that it was awful of me to think of it as acting out. I said I understood her frustration and yes, mom can do things that require some patience from us. But a little kindness can go a long way in keeping the peace in this difficult time. She called me selfish and said that it's easy for me to say when I'm not the one dealing with this. From there the argument escalated despite me trying to cut it short. I went outside to calm down and after that my wife started cold shouldering me. I told her this was not okay, but she told me to go SC*EU myself and that from now on out I should deal with taking our son back from my mom when it's time for feeding, since I condone this behavior. I really am not condoning anything and really think she's stressed out, yes, but the way she behaves around mom is, in my opinion, not okay. ETM. My goodness. I'm seeing so much anger here. I'm sorry I cannot respond to you all, but I just want people to calm down and understand that I in no way agree with some of my mom's behaviors, just how my wife reacts is not okay, and that's all. Really. Thank you very much though. Okay. Have a nice day. You are the asshole, and your edit only solidifies it. I in no way agree with some of my mom's behaviors, just how my wife reacts is not okay. Asterisk. So you think your wife should sit there with a dumb smile on her face while your mother keeps him from her and refuses to let her grandson be fed in a timely manner? Please. It's pretty clear you're letting your mother run roughshod over your wife, and you're doubling down by saying she should manage her reaction. You need to get control of your mother, apologize to your wife profusely, and start directly helping out with your son and household. Yesterday. ETA. Verdict. Not enough information. What is your mother actually doing to help out you and your wife, in regards to cleaning and household management? If by helping, you mean holding the baby while your wife takes care of all the household drudgery, that isn't helping. Exactly. The grandmother is not helping at all. She's just having fun with the baby like a selfish asshole. I bet grandmother says a lot of, all I said was, blah, 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 or, all I did was, and she just hurt my feelings, or, I was only trying to help, I don't know what I did that was so wrong. You are the asshole. Also, if your mom is holding the baby, that's not helping. She's helping if she's doing dishes or making a meal so your wife can rest with the baby. This. All day long. If your mom is genuinely there to help, she should be too busy to be snuggling the newborn for extended periods. You are the asshole. Your mom sounds like a meddlesome pest. Your wife shouldn't have to ask more than once for her baby. Put your mother in her proper place and stand up for her and support your wife. Put your mother in her proper place and stand up for her and support your wife. 90% sure original poster is going to read this completely correct advice and decide that people on Reddit just don't understand. She's my moom. Asterisk oh, my friend, you'll understand too when your wife decides she's done with your mama's boy shit, and from the sound of it, that time is not far off. Original poster should be more understanding of the baby's needs, since he's apparently still breastfeeding himself. You are the asshole trying to picture how I'd feel if I gave birth 5 weeks ago, had to ask multiple times to have access to my own baby, and then my husband told me that I was the problem. I wouldn't feel good about my marriage, that's for sure. Did you marry her just to get a grandbaby for your mom? I would feel like it was time to talk to a divorce attorney, tbh. Denying access to a child as a deal-breaker. You are the asshole. Yeah, my mom can do some things that require some patience from us. Your logic is backwards, dude. Your wife doesn't have any patience. She had a baby *** 5 weeks ago. You may think there's no complications or health problems, but she's still physically recovering. Her hormones are all over the place, and what she needs is for you to have her back and support her. The cluelessness of some fellas. Be enraged at your mom for making your wife upset, pull your mom aside and talk to her about her being the one that's acting out. How about you show some empathy and kindness to the woman that grew and birthed your kid? JFC. Those manipulative tears from the mom seem to work wonders on the original poster, but his wife's frustration and upset did nothing. I can see this marriage ending in divorce soon if he doesn't start prioritizing his wife and child. Not only that, but he was prepared to put his mother's wants before his child's needs. It's a 5-week-old baby. The time it can spend away from its main caregiver, nearly always the mother, is very limited. The baby is not a toy to pass around. The mother is being generous by allowing your mother extended time with the baby at this stage. It's not even clear if your wife wanted her MILF there in any capacity. Unless they have an exceptionally good relationship, most women don't want their MILF there for extended periods at this stage. Your mother's or your wants come secondary to what your wife needs right now, which is time to adjust to being a mother and primary caregiver to a very much dependent baby. You need to do everything you can to make sure she isn't stressed about unnecessary things, like cleaning, cooking, their meal or getting their baby back, and it's well overdue for your mother to go home and you take on the lion's share. You are the asshole. When my MILF came over after the birth of our daughter and pulled this exact *T, my husband's reaction was to physically take the baby from his mom, hand her to me, and show his mom to her car. You support a new mom by supporting her, not by trying to make things easier for yourself. You are the asshole. Edited to add, a mother should never have to ask for her child to be returned to her more than once, no matter who has them or the circumstances. Especially when it pertains to caring for the baby. This is a bananas thing to have to say. If a mom wants her child back, give them back. The talk you had with your wife should have been a talk you had with your mother. This should be the top comment. Your husband sounds wonderful. I'm 36 weeks and hope my husband would have a similar reaction. But he wouldn't be like original poster and yell at me for stuff his mom is doing wrong. Husbands are bouncers during this time and should support their wives. Wife wants house guest gone, then house guest be gone. You are the asshole. She just had a fucking baby. It's easy to say, everything's going fine, when all you did is orgasm 10 months ago. Your wife is still recovering from birth, and when she needs to feed her kid, there should be no hesitation or arguments whatsoever from anyone else. Get on your wife's side, man. Your edit isn't helping you at all, it actually makes you look worse. Your wife's reactions are not out of line. You and your mother are out of line. I love you. You are the asshole. So let me be sure I've got this straight. Your mom needs patience and kindness, but your wife, who just gave birth, gets an enraged reaction from you for needing to enforce that when she says it's time to give the baby back, it's time to give the baby back without pulling an only if you ask nicely routine? Who are you under the impression you're raising this child with, dude? If your mom's help is not only getting in the way of your wife being able to do her job but preventing you two from operating as a team, then no, you really don't benefit from placating her at all costs. OMG this. Original poster, get your head out of your ass. If your mom is there to help but her presence there isn't helping, for whatever reason and whoever you think is at fault, then it's time to end the arrangement. You are the asshole. Your wife just went through a major medical procedure bringing a child into the world, whether you get that or not. It's her child, not your mother's, so your wife should never be in a position where she has to ask more than once for your mom to give the baby back for any reason. As it happens, though, your wife is literally trying to nourish y'all's offspring. So your mom is the one who needs to accommodate your wife, not the other way around, and you should have your wife's back rather than attacking her for her perfectly understandable upset. You are the asshole. Your mom came over to help out, holding the baby is not helping out. I don't even have kids, but I've heard many times that the way to help a new mother is not to hold the baby, but instead to take care of everything else around the house that needs to be done so that the new mother can just hold her baby. The baby's only 5 weeks old, your wife is allowed to be and act stressed. And it should go without saying that if a mom asks for her newborn baby back, she should get her baby back. Also, another poster made a good point. You are the asshole for even describing it as acting out. It would be helping if the new mother asked you to take the baby so she could have time for herself, shower, eat, nap, whatever, but that clearly isn't the case here. Original poster. You are the asshole. Treat your wife better than this. My dude. Your mom, Helping with the baby includes not giving him back when wife asks multiple times for him to the point that your wife has to yell at your mom to give the baby back so she can feed him. And you think your wife is the problem here? You are the asshole. You are the asshole if the mom has already been asked multiple times. Then sort your fucking mom out, put your big boy pants on, support your wife and tell your mom to start listening to your wife. If your wife asks for the baby back, give the fucking baby back, for the pure and simple reason, your mom is not the baby's mother. I mean, your wife said she only got upset after she repeatedly asked your mother to hand her child back to her and your mother didn't comply. Why didn't you ask your mother why she didn't hand the baby back instead of trying to demean your wife? I don't think it's acting out to want your less than 2-month-old baby back. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. What's wrong with you? When a mother asks for her child back, it should only take once. Your mom is being a baby hog and putting her wants, holding him longer, over your baby's needs, being fed, and you think your wife is the problem? Shame on you. I seriously hate the men on AITA that think their mothers are somehow entitled to more grace than their freshly postpartum partners when it comes to their children. Like this women just went through the absolute horror that is childbirth just for you start playing happy families with your mother. The way you word this sounds like you treat your wife like a child and your mother like your spouse. Gross. You are the asshole. Are you for real? Your mom won't give your wife her baby back when she asks? And the baby needs to be fed? So your wife needs to be assertive just to get the baby back into her arms. Then your mom cries and blatantly manipulates you and you become enraged and scold your wife. That is some messed up shit. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. She isn't acting out by telling you and your mother, very clearly, that she is tired of having to ask for her own child back multiple times. Instead of pulling your wife aside, what you should have said is, Mom, when wife asks you for the baby back, give her back, she shouldn't have to ask twice. The end. See how easy that was? That wording enrages me. Your wife is not an unruly child, she is an adult human being who is your alleged partner and has just grown an entire new human being in her body for nearly a year. A pair of balls is, what, 6 ounces? I wonder how long it will take you to grow them and support your fucking wife. Edit. Word repetition. The difficult time your family is going through is shouldered entirely by your wife who has just birthed a baby. Your solution was to invite your mother over and now expect your wife to also shoulder her manipulations and emotional abuse? I don't understand your logic, but I know you are the asshole. You are the asshole. I cannot stress enough how big of an asshole you are. You became enraged at your wife for needing to feed your child. Okay, one more time. Read this slowly. You became enraged at your wife, when your baby needed to be fed and your mommy wouldn't give the baby back to be fed. Dude, get a grip and cut those apron strings. This whole situation is absurd. Did you even ask your wife how she felt before inviting your mom over to help? You are the asshole. Your wife is recovering from birth and you allow your mom to stress her out more. Your mom is clearly not helping your wife. You sound like a very lazy husband and father. Although, I'm sure you were getting lots of brownie points from your mommy for letting her play house with your baby. Your wife is going to hate your mother and resent the hell out of you and it will be completely your fault. You are the asshole. You are the asshole so much. One of the women in your life recently had a baby, is adjusting to crazy hormone levels and sleep deprivation and all of the changes that come with being a new mom, and that person is not your mother. You and your wife should be a team. You should be protecting her and reprimanding your mom for the way she's act, not your wife. You might not get any more help from your mom if your wife doesn't change her behavior. Well, your wife might not be giving birth to any more of your children if you and your mom don't shape up. If you were actually being a good husband and father and standing up for the well-being of your wife and child, your wife wouldn't have to act out. When my son was a newborn, he was tongue-tied, so he breastfed pretty much constantly, because he was very inefficient at it. But he was gaining plenty of weight and having plenty of dirty and wet diapers, and I had decided that I wouldn't supplement with formula unless I needed to for my baby's health. When my husband's mom came to visit, she kept saying, just give him formula. That's what I did, give him formula. I kept explaining that I didn't want to unless my child needed it, but she wouldn't let it go. Finally, when my husband overheard her say it more than once, he said to her very sternly, Mom, we are his parents and we have decided together not to give him formula right now. My name wants to breastfeed. She's not giving him formula. I do not want to hear you bring it up again. Period. And so guess what? Because my husband didn't prioritize his mom's feelings over the well-being of his wife and child, I didn't need to lash out. ETA, and for the record, we got the tongue tie clipped at 5 weeks, he immediately got better at nursing, and I never had to supplement with formula. If someone made me ask twice for my new baby, they would never touch my child again. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Mother of baby should only have to ask once to get the baby to feed him. I'd be damned if I had to ask several times to get my baby back from anyone.